Hi, Cancer. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. Okay, Cancer. This reading is going to be just for you, but keep in mind that it is still a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. So don't force a shoe to fit, but there will be more readings to come. And I'm still doing the free reading giveaway, Cancer. So stay tuned throughout the video. I will tell you what to comment or what to type in the comments if you want to enter to win the 30-minute free reading giveaway. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support, Cancer. Sorry, my mind I'm already channeling messages for you. So I did a little meditation prior to starting your video, Cancer, and there's a lot of movement. Either you're getting ready to travel, something about transportation. I don't know if you're looking to buying like a new car, or maybe you're having trouble. Maybe you feel like things are moving slow for some of you. For others of you, exercise is important right now. It's time to like get your body moving. If you've been like in a very sedentary energy, like it's time to, get into exercising. Maybe buying a bike, especially if you live near a beach. Maybe purchasing a bike to kind of like, get a little bit of exercise throughout your day, especially if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time to do so. But I feel like things are getting ready to move, like to grow for you or move forward, or there's an energy of like expansion, progress. If things were like moving slow for you, I feel like the speed is getting ready, like getting ready to pick up speed. But there's also a heavy energy when it comes to boundaries and protection, Cancer. You have it in this deck, and I see it in this deck as well. Something about boundaries. Either you're having to stand on business when it comes to a particular person, maybe a feminine figure. This could be a mother. This could be just someone who can be, I don't want to say stuck in their ways, but they have their beliefs, their views on things, right? A specific view or their beliefs, or this is you're having to, set some boundaries and stay focused on your values, your beliefs, what you want. You need to stay focused on your goals, right? So there's something that's distracting you, or someone coming in to distract you. For some of you, could be partying too much, celebrating too much. You're having to kind of set boundaries around those people or yourself, right? Kind of set some boundaries within yourself. Like if you've been overindulging a bit too much, maybe it could be time for you to kind of like slow it down a little bit. But I feel like I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you're working on, is getting ready to expand. It's getting ready to grow. But there is a need to kind of stay, I'm hearing persistent and consistent, so that you can continue to see that progress, even if it's slow, right? For others of you, you could possibly be thinking about moving or purchasing a home in a different state. Yeah, like getting a home away from home. So purchasing another family home in a different state, possibly closer to family for some of you. Animals could be significant as well. I don't know if I'm hearing the zoo. For some of you, could be visiting the zoo, or yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I feel like for some of you Cancers, I feel like you've had to be very emotionally like strong, right? Like you almost had to tap into the beast in you to be able to be um consistent, right? On whatever it is that you have been working on. Like you had to really pull that dog in you out to be able to get to where you're going. I feel like there's something that you've been working on as well. And yeah, I feel like you're getting ready to see it expand, like I said. All right, let's get some more messages on this energy, Cancer. Let's get some clarity, and then I'm going to get a Moonology oracle card at the end. Those have been really been bringing the message like together for me, pretty much summing a summary of what I am, getting from tarot. So let's see. I also like feel kind of anxious coming into your reading, Cancer. I don't know if you're dealing with someone or maybe family members where you're kind of having to set boundaries, maybe. It's like you had to fight. You had to fight for, I'm hearing I had to fight for my life. I had to fight to where I got to where to where I'm going. And I feel like traditional like beliefs, or it's almost like you had to be really, like I said, stand 10 toes down when it came to your beliefs, to your views, to what you value. And I feel like people around you maybe did not or do not see things the way you do. So yeah, I feel like you're having to set boundaries against, or against these people, places, or things. What message do you have for the Cancer? What is this the boundaries and the movement? Yeah, see the people around you. Maybe this is family, friends, a group of people that you're not seeing eye to eye with. And as I say that, you see how this person's eyes are blindfolded, right? There's like an energy of like maybe not seeing eye to eye, or maybe they are not understanding, or they don't understand your path, your journey, and their opinions. You're having to block their opinions out, or I feel like they're trying to, either people around you are trying to, put you in your head, maybe make you doubt yourself, possibly doubt your own like gifts, with the Magician energy at the bottom of the deck. Maybe they're making you, there could be gossiping, people gossiping around you, a community of people gossiping about your gifts, what you're able to do, what you've been manifesting. You may need to walk away from this community, or you are, right? You are walking away to your new beginning. Okay, let's see. There's movement for sure, because you see, a bigger picture of the situation. So I feel like you're just packing your bag and you're just like going, going, moving somewhere, going on your own journey, your own I'm hearing expedition. And it's like you're leaving a whole community, or maybe you're moving away from a particular state, maybe a group of people, maybe friends. I'm really picking up on family. So this could be a family situation that you're having to set boundaries or protect yourself from. And you might get, you might have to be a little aggressive with it. With the kangaroo energy, like I think they box, they box people. I'm not saying, let's not get physical, right? I'm not condoning, violence at all. But you have to be stern. You have to kind of like be assertive. And I feel like people are showing up like that with you. Like they're being a little aggressive. Maybe they call themselves saying that they're protecting you, that they are seeing the direction that you're headed in, or they feel like they know that what you should do, right? What your journey should look like. So they're using protection as justification as to why they're going against you and your journey. I just saw 1001. I've been seeing that a lot. So there are things that are being mirrored to you or being shown to you. Let me see. What messages do you have for the Cancer? The Temperance. So something, like I said, something has taken time to build, right? Something has taken time to build. And I feel like when it comes to your like finances or your money, you kind of, had to be smart on how you were spending your money or how you were spending your energy or what you were pouring into. And I feel like maybe that's what is, causing people maybe in your family feel some type of way because maybe you're not pouring as much time into them or giving as much attention to them. I also feel like whatever it is like that you've been working on, Cancer, there's like it's just taking time, right? Like you've been pouring a lot of energy, a lot of effort, attention, your blood, I'm hearing blood, sweat, and tears, and you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're trying to stay focused, right? You're trying to remove any distractions. And sometimes, unfortunately, our own family members can be distractions, or our own friends, right? The people that we are close to can at some point become a distraction. So I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like you've just really kind of been either staying to yourself, or you're blocked yourself off. You've also been very careful on how you've been spending your money. I want to say penny pinching, but I'm not necessarily getting that. I think you've just been really mindful of how you spread yourself, right? Even with your energy, not just with your money, but how you expose yourself to people. Because you're like going on this new beginning. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to fight a cold. Like I'm mentally telling myself to fight this cold. So my voice can sound a little raspy right now. I apologize. Maybe, Cancer, that's like, maybe you're tired of explaining yourself and your goals and your what you've been working towards, because people don't understand it anyway. And it's like you're just tired of having to explain, so you're just really just staying to yourself. Something about divine timing. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or you could have Sagittarius in your chart too. What messages do you have for the Cancer spirit? Yeah, that's that Five of Swords. So there could be arguments around you right now, like people trying to win, like at all costs, like unfair. I'm hearing unfair opinions. And that's because they've been moving slow. Like there's been slow progress, slow growth. And it's like, I feel like people's opinions of how something should be moving, people's opinions of how something should be moving is either making you doubt, or it's like, yeah, see, Seven of Cups. It's like, it's making you wonder, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this actually what what I'm supposed to be pouring in, into? But that's what they want. It's like there's an energy of you having to stand 10 toes down, because I feel like you are being divinely guided to where you're supposed to be. But people are trying to either intervene, or it's just going to take for you to kind of like stand your ground and set some healthy boundaries. It's going to take a strength too as well, and confidence, because especially if it's people in your family, sometimes standing up to them can be a little bit difficult because you don't want to disrespect, right? You don't want to disrespect your parents. You don't want to disrespect anyone that you know you're close to, or anyone at that matter, but family just hits a little different. But I feel like their opinions are honestly just because of their own beliefs and how they view things and how they grew up and their experiences. So they're not understanding, or they're not going to understand what you have going on, because it's yours. It's your journey. You're the one being divinely guided. You're the one that's receiving the messages from source in a particular way. You're the one that's doing the personal work and that's been doing, you know, the healing. And no one can understand that unless they are living in your shoes. You know, her shoes kind of like were highlighted a little bit, but I feel like no one can tell you your life because they haven't walked in your shoes. They can have a good understanding, or they can try to understand, but I feel like your road has been tough. I'm seeing a lot of mountains. Like, you've had to climb mountains, steep hills. You had to persevere. You had to be persistent. You had to push through adversity. And I feel like you have. But people are looking at it like, well, why is it taking so long? Why is it moving so slow? I feel like there's something about movement and something going. I'm hearing nice and slow wins the race, and I feel like you had a good grasp around that, right? Like, you understood that things that really paid off in the end are the things that you knew that would take time to build, right? Like, you knew this wasn't going to be an overnight type success, but other people are not seeing that. But it's not meant for them to see it. It's not meant for them to see it. The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, there's a fast incoming communication, something coming in. Like I said, I feel like things are about to pick up. I feel like there are things like some things are about like speed. There's something about speed is like it's progressing or picking up. But I feel like that's going to happen once you set some healthy boundaries as well. I feel like there's a lot of energy of like the crown and the head space. So I don't know if other people's opinions or have tried to throw you off your course, but I feel like you setting healthy boundaries is going to help the speed pick up, right? It's like the opinions of others was almost a blockage in this journey, which could have been a reason why things were moving a little slow. It's because like I feel like you were also, I don't want to say in denial, but maybe it's like I'm seeing the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It's like you knew exactly the journey, right? You knew that you were on this path, right? Your own personal journey. But I don't know if other people's opinions or what they had to say, or how they thought about you kind of would distract you, so you would look back to check for their approval, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because both of these cards, if you can see, they're both looking away from what they're doing. Like, she's tending to her garden, but someone's like catching her attention. And same with this person. She has already 5 swords, right? She has the 5 swords, but there's like, look, she's looking back, right? She's looking away from what she already has in front of her. And it just feels like maybe family would take away the attention from what you, or distract you, right? Maybe family beliefs, limiting beliefs or opinions of how you were doing things possibly distracted you, or would throw you off course, or would make you doubt the journey or your gifts or whatever it is that you were building on, or you have been, like I said, you've been building on something, you've been planting seeds, you've been tending to something. um there's good news coming in when it comes to your finances, Cancer. I do see where you're going from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. And it feels like there's, again, I feel like once you set those boundaries, once you've kind of stay confident in with what you know you've been building, and focus and stay focused on what it is that you've been growing. And here's, and look, as I say that, growth and good fortune. So your money is getting ready to grow for sure. You're going from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, but you're needing to stay focused. You're needing to place healthy boundaries. You're needing to push through adversity, continue to push through adversity. I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer that knows all too well, that they're going to continue to fight for what they believe. And if it means standing up to family or a community of people, I feel like that's exactly what you're going to do, Cancer. Even if it means moving away, because I do see movement. I do see I'm hearing relocation as well. Having to move away from what was and kind of go on your journey. And I feel it's going to happen fast. If it is a move, I think it's going to happen fast. I don't know if you're going to be expecting this, but I feel like that move is also going to be good for your growth and your finances as well. Let me get some more for the Cancer. The Star. You are definitely, oh, she's snaky. Sorry. You are definitely being divinely guided to your success, to exactly to where you need to be. There is a need for you to not get lost in the sauce, though. I see the Devil connected to the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you Cancers, don't get wrapped up in like get rich quick schemes. Don't get wrapped up in the materialistic, like don't attach yourself too much to your money. Keep things balanced between, when it comes to work and play as well. Don't work yourself to death. The goal is not the money. The goal is the peace, right, that money can bring. Yes, the goal is the peace and the comfort that money can bring, not so much the actual amount of money in the bank. Just because you're living off of $50,000, salary, doesn't mean you can't be happy, right? You just have to make sure you're living within your means and enjoying the money that you're earning, right? Because all money is energy, essentially. But I feel like you've been, Cancer, I feel like you've been really focusing on your, let me cover it up just in case. The Star. Her nakedness. That could be significant for some of you Cancers. Like, I feel like you are just, when I say the nakedness, I feel like you're showing up as your true, authentic self. And that can be very triggering for some people because your truth will expose others, right? Your truth will expose your healing energy exposes others. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. Like you've been really pouring into yourself and making sure you were getting better every single day, that you were allowing yourself to grow and expand internally, right? And I feel like the more you focused on your life purpose and your true calling, the more you remove layers of yourself um, that allowed you to grow, that allowed you to expand. And because of that, I feel like that's exactly why your money is getting ready to grow and expand as well. Because you're doing something that you love, you're doing something that you were guided to do. I feel like you have answered the call, right? I feel like you, God, source, whoever it is that you pray to, Allah, Buddha, I don't know, whatever your um whoever you consider, source. I feel like there was a call, you answered it, and you didn't waver, right? You continued. I feel like people did try to distract you, or there were things that distracted you. But I feel like along the way you started to set healthy boundaries and remove yourself from certain situations. And I feel like you're just at that place again where you're needing to once again set healthy boundaries and maybe even move away from these the people that are not seeing you for who you are or for what you're trying to accomplish because they have their own beliefs, right? But I do feel like for some of you, as I said, there's that money coming in. Your money is getting ready to grow and expand. But do not allow money to be another distraction as well, right? You set boundaries within yourself. Um, don't get lost. I'm here. Don't get lost in the sauce, right? Don't get lost in the sauce. Nine of Cups. Yep. See, it makes sense with the Nine of Swords. As I was saying, I feel like you've just really been pouring into you and what made you happy. And people around you are wondering, why is this person so peaceful? Why is she so, living her life so worry free? And that triggers, I'm hearing that triggers people. And it could put you in your head. Look, Nine of Wands, you could be seeing 999. You could be you're gonna have to set healthy boundaries, because if you don't, it's going to keep you in your head. It's going to have you doubting. It's going to have you in this fear, anxiety. The argument there, see, there's people here holding, this person back here is holding her head, as well as this one. So the arguments and is just not going to sit well. It's going to put you in an energy of doubting if you're doing the right thing, doubting if you should continue to head in this direction, doubting if you should continue to pour into yourself, doubting if you're even who you say you are and what you say you can do. And no, that ain't nothing but the devil's work. And I don't want to say this because I'm not trying to paint a bad picture when it comes to, friends and family members, because I feel like, everybody has good and everybody has not so good traits, right? It just comes down to how we allow those to affect our daily life, right? And I feel like people's beliefs, limiting beliefs, sometimes keeps us. Y'all remember the crab in the bucket effect? The crabs in the bucket, like they try to crawl out, and then once one crab gets to the top, others try to like pull it back in or leech off of it. And I'm not saying family members are leeches, but they can be, right? They can be without them realizing that they are, and without you realizing that that's what they're doing, because we get blinded by the trust that we put in those who provide for us or provided for us at some point or another. Um, I just honestly feel like that you're just gonna have to stand your ground. You see how she has her arms folded, like you're just gonna have to literally, like I said, sit back and let people argue by themselves, because you know your journey, you know the direction that you're supposed to be headed at this point, because you've been working at it for so long. You're not going to give up what God has sent you to do. That's You already know that God got you. You already know that source is going to give you what you need. You already know that if there's anything that, you know, God has provided for you in ways where you now don't worry if you are going to have enough money to pay next month. You're not worried about food on the table. You're not worried about nothing, because you know God, one way or another, is going to provide for you, regardless of what people's opinions may be, of who is going to go along with the ride with you or not. And what's crazy is that you see a bunch of people, right, trying to have their own say, right? But there's only one person on this horse. There's only one person on this bench. So you could have been on this, journey on your own, and maybe people have been fake supporting, and now it's being exposed, and now you're having to carry on solo. I mean, we came here solo, we leave solo, and that's why you could be seeing that 999. The Hermit. As I continue to say solo, that's another 9, the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You can have Virgo on your chart, and there's that truth. There's that truth. You are living in your truth. You're living in your truth, and you've fought for this. Like, I'm telling you, you have fought hard. You've had to be courageous. You had to be strong. You had to go in within so much to answer the call. Like, you had to remove so many layers that you of yourself in order to understand what your truth was, right? To understand the beast in you and how you had to tap into that. I said something about the beast, I think, in the beginning of the reading. Like, you had to tap into that beast in you to be able to push through so much adversity. I feel like spending time in isolation and introspection could be beneficial for you right now, Cancer. Maybe there's something that you're needing to research or look up. There's information that's coming in that you're needing to research or look up. Maybe there's some details. If you're dealing with contracts, I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe because there's money involved, but if there's contracts, just make sure you kind of look it over. Read it and read it again. If you need it to be, I'm hearing, have a second opinion, but also legality, maybe have someone look through it. That could be for some of you Cancers. That's not going to be for all of you. But because I'm seeing money, I don't know if there's something that you're needing to research. Whatever information is coming in, or maybe you're having to disclose some information and you're having to speak up. Like, maybe there's something that you're going to have to I'm hearing very swiftly explain it and move on from it. Like, say what you need and that's it. Remove yourself from the situation. Like, don't stay in this energy of anger, resentment, loss, disappointment, betrayal. Move away from it. Don't allow yourself to soak in it. retrieve from it, remove yourself from it, look at it from a perspective of not why is this happening to me, but I know it's happening for a reason. It's happening for me. So it could just be time that you're needing to move away or take action towards movement, right? Take an action. I'm hearing just it's time to move. Time to move. Huh. For some of you Cancers, this could be also, I'm seeing soulmates right here. I also see the Ace of Cups right here. So for some of you Cancers, there's an energy of someone that you're connecting to romantically. They could have had their guards up as well. Like they could have been so used to like being on their own that they could have like had you at arm's length, or maybe tried to protect themselves from your love, or just not ready to open up, very selfish maybe, but self-centered in a way. But I feel like there's a truth being revealed to them. There's like a breakthrough. There's something about their ego that they're having to acknowledge. With the Ace of Swords and the Leo, excuse me, and the Strength, you could be dealing with a Leo and the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like someone's possibly getting ready to come in, and I'm hearing confess their love to you. Confess their love to you. Okay. I don't think you're expecting it either. Okay, Cancer. You're about to be growing in every which way. I feel like you're also needing to stay grounded. Like I said, don't allow yourself to sit in this energy of like the argument. If people want to argue by themselves, let them. Say what you need to say and move. That's it. That's it. Because I feel like, again, you're being divinely guided. Because you're following your true north, because you've answered the call, your faith and persistence is needed right now. Your faith and persistence is what's going to get you through whatever it is, disagreement or differences of opinion, whatever that is. Your truth is going to get you through whatever this little hump is. It's just another mountain. What is it? Your faith can move mountains. I'm hearing your faith can move mountains. Write that in the comments. Type that in the comments if you want to enter the 30-minute giveaway. My faith moves mountains. My faith moves mountains. Let me write that down, because I need that for myself, for my goddamn self. Ooh, my faith moves mountains. Sometimes I like to read stuff over and over again, especially when I'm going through stuff like this, right? Like when people try to question or make you second guess yourself. It's sometimes, it is good to reassess. Maybe they do have constructive criticism, but constructive criticism does not leave you feeling doubtful or fearful or shaken. Constructive criticism actually makes you want to grow and adapt and adjust. That's the difference, right? That is the difference. So there's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. There is something wrong with judgment and criticism. It's just plain old negative criticism. Like if you're going to come and criticize, or if you're coming to me with an opinion about how I can do something, then come with solutions as well. Don't just come tell me that what I'm doing sucks, or that you don't like what I'm doing. If I am hurting you in any way, shape, or form, if what I am doing is hurting you in any way, shape, or form, then communicate that, because I may not be aware, and then I can adjust. But if you're just coming to criticize because you don't like it, or it doesn't align with your beliefs, then you're wasting your time, and you're wasting my time. And that's exactly what she looks like. Ooh, that's exactly what she looks like. It's like, okay, and what was that? What am I supposed to do with that information? What message do you have for the Cancer? Bring it all home for the Cancer spirit. My faith moves mountains. Put that in the comments if you want to enter the 30-minute giveaway, free reading giveaway. Message for the Cancer. New moon in Cancer. That's funny. Don't let your past hold you back. Ooh, maybe someone in the past, if this is a love situation, Cancer, someone's getting ready to take action towards you. Maybe they were allowing their past hold them back from taking action towards you. New moon in Cancer. 48. You could be 48 years old. All right, there's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be due to with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, these cards have been bringing it all fucking home for me. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. And it says, attune to the moon. Make sure you put family first. So maybe there's something, like I said, something about family. It says additional meanings for this card. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for you, your child, or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you manage your insecurities. That's that isolation and introspection I was saying. Maybe a little bit of meditation can help. And then spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Okay, I do see a lot of water here. So I can't show you the star card because she's naked, but maybe that's exactly what's happening to you. You're shedding layers. You're exposing yourself, and maybe, like I said, when you expose yourself, you make others expose themselves, and that's uncomfortable, right? That's uncomfortable. So allowing a family member, maybe family members, to, understand what you're doing, allow them to get closer to you instead of blocking yourself out. Allow them in by explaining, and you don't have to beg them to understand you. I think you just have to swiftly explain what it is that you're doing, why you're doing it the way you're doing it. If they understand, great. If they don't, maybe time to look for something, another place, move away. That could be for some of you Cancers, but okay, I hope that made sense. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.